Now.
All right, we're good.
All right, good.
Okay.
Start.
Chewbacca.
Welcome to the town hall for July 5th, 2025, and it is hot as fuck outside. Brought to you in
No, it's
part
not.
by It Is Hot as Fuck Outside.
No, it's really
Um,
not.
it's hot in my house because, like I said, our capacitor blew on our AC, and we got it fixed this morning, and we're suffering. The servers suffered,
Oh,
but they did not overkill themselves, so that was the good.
They are stable.
Everything is stable. I have been literally sweating my ass off the past 2 hours trying to ensure that there's a lot of ventilation coming into my office. And we've also ordered a portable AC unit that'll be here on Tuesday that I'll be putting in to the office so that it can suck out a lot of the heat and throw some nice cool air into it. Um, a couple of updates about me. Um, I'm still actively looking to move to the Orlando area. When that does happen, there will be a process that myself, Joker, Gamble, and Chewbacca will more than likely have to figure out on what we need to do. Um, my goal is to, when the move happens, to not be offline more than a week. If that comes to it, I'm pretty sure Chewbacca can take backups of a couple of our servers that we have that are popular and keep those active while the downtime happens. Is that a good yes statement or no, Chewbacca?
on what?
I don't know. That's
Uh,
what we would have to figure out. It wouldn't
uh,
be all the servers. It would just be whatever our popular servers are
I.e. space
at the point.
engineers.
it'd be space engineers.
It'll probably be. I think it would just be space engineers, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, that would probably be the only server.
Uh,
Um,
we could do it on the core.
yeah, it would be very temporary. It would not be like and we would have to explain that the what would be happening to where uh, it wouldn't be on like the server that it's on now. There could be issues. It could be slower. Vice versa. Um, so
Uh,
it'd be a
it
temporary
could,
solution to keep us
it'll
active.
be slower.
So my next question to you, Chewy, is also the what is our Coolify and server on? You know which backup that is?
Coolify is on yours. I could port it over to the website in a matter of a minute.
Okay.
A matter of a
Um
minute.
I'm what I guess the what I'm trying to get at is I just want us to be ready. Um um it could be a week from
All
now,
it
it
is
could be
changing
2 weeks,
IP
it could be a
addresses.
month.
All it is
Um
changing IP addresses. The hardest thing's gonna be at Space Engineer server.
okay. You should just be able to pop it in with uh you have
Yeah,
Proxmox box,
Proxmox
don't
back.
you?
Yes, it should be. It shouldn't be a problem, but that would be the hardest thing.
Okay.
The website,
So
all I have to do is make sure the one on the core is up to date and change the IP on Cloudflare, and then
okay.
change IP addresses, and that's pretty much it.
Um, so Joker and Gamble know who I was with yesterday. His name is Faded Calico Jack, or AKA the Old Gamble, AKA Benjamin Renderer. Um, very long time friend. He is connected with Regiment, just so you guys know. And I have invited him to the Discord, so you will probably see him pop in. He's also starting to go back into streaming next week, so he's been taking a break for a while. And he will more than likely, start hanging out with us along with a couple other individuals as well. Um, So that'll more than likely transpire. I'd probably say this week. Um, I don't have any worries. I don't have any problems or anything like that. Now, what I do have a problem with is what happened with our Arma Arma Reforger. This dude, um, I don't even know what his name is anymore because he keeps changing it left and right, even though he says he wanted to take a break. Um, he is banned from Troa. I have enough. Um, I have enough votes right now to go ahead and completely ban him because I do not want him in Troa. Neither does Joker, and neither does Gamble. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, he is banned for life from Troa. That it is not going to be appealable. Um, we we were going to go into an agreement with this individual, and unfortunately, they uh, def- just pretty much said that we were fake. So they did defamation of character, and then they also stated that our organization was pretty much we were lying to him and trying to force him into signing a contract. But that's not how that kind of went down. We were offering him one of our servers. I'm sorry, a portion of one of our servers to be able to host Armor Reforger and get that going in a sense. And what ended up happening, and this is the sad part, is while we were building the contract, all kinds of stuff
Quite
happened.
literally, as we were building it and getting ready to agree on it, we
Yep,
came across information that led to the enlightenment of the situation with this individual.
correct. So we're
as
worried,
we were
you
building it.
know,
So
we are
this is the
worried.
same dude we were talking to just what a couple of days ago.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it
Oh,
gets better. It gets better. So we were worried. So Gamble and all his investigative skills, as he is, he got onto the Facebook and he found him and he found his wife. I believe Joker did too. I believe Joker, myself, and Gamble both sent messages to him and his wife.
I just
Um,
sent to him.
I sent to wife and I didn't unsend it.
Now,
Um,
understand the background behind it is because of a family situation. He had talked to me not even hours prior about I was concerned for his mental health.
wellness.
Well, it turns out that was not a factor in any of this.
Yeah. Um,
So,
so we it was like the Twilight Zone, man. I literally created the room called Twilight Zone because I just sat in there and I couldn't believe what was going on. And then I remembered I had his email and I remembered, well, you know, we're we're an organization, we're a business, you know, if people are gonna slander our name and do public defamation, let's make an example out of them. So, you know, I got to sending a couple emails and I scared the shit out of him. He immediately came into our Discord. He, you know, was very how do you explain? Was
apologetic.
very scared.
Oh,
Um, he was very scared that you know he didn't have any money. He didn't understand why I would do that. And I said, well, this is what you did. And I explained it to him in emails as well. I said, you publicly stated, and he's like, I have freedom of speech. I'm like, you don't have freedom of speech in a Discord server. I said, you have certain rights. And I said, when you agree to joining those Discord servers, which I said we've already talked to the owner or the leadership in a sense, and we also have a statement from them, and we have screenshots of it. And then that's when he caved in and oh, I'll do anything. I'll help you guys build another reforger. And we're just like, yeah, no, we don't, we don't, no. Um, I think we lost Ellipsis if anybody wants to get him back in here. Um, so at the end of the day, we were um, everything was fine, and then he was like, "Hey, sorry, I'll do anything to help you guys." And myself, I was on the edge, like I was on the fence, and then he had sent me a couple messages again, and then he said he was going to take a break from gaming. He was going to go like do a new hobby, like fishing, and then all of a sudden he changes his name again. He changed his name twice on Discord within a 24-hour period, um, which he said
Can
he
I
had a mental
also
breakdown.
can I also add? I just figured out that my Discord had changed my shit, so I wasn't able to talk.
You're good.
Part of the reason that I went on there to find out what was going on, and we were so concerned that it was a mental health situation, is people from his server were coming on concerned that uh, he was having an issue because he just completely deleted his Discord, ghosted everybody, and completely blocked all chat. So nobody was able to get a hold of him. It was a complete thing. So we were genuinely concerned that, this guy
Is
was
in crisis.
maybe going to do, you know, a permanent a permanent
Nap.
Yeah.
exactly, a permanent fix to a temporary problem, and we wanted to try and do what Proa is really trying to do. We are a mental health gaming community, and
Organization.
that organization, and that's what we reached out to do. And that actually made him very mad that we reached out on Facebook.
He was scared shitless about the us sending messages to his wife. He was just like, "Can you please invasion of my privacy?" And we're just like, "Dude, we didn't know if you were dead." And I had to like, we have a because everything is recorded. We have an actual call where you guys, it's unlisted, but like, uh, I'm literally telling him, the reason that this all happened was just because you just disappeared and you had talked to one of my leaders and you told him, straight up, you were talking about his, I think it was his mom, and then like you disappeared and you deleted your Discord and you did this and you did that, and he blamed it on his, I don't want to say blame. He stated that it was him having a mental breakdown, but what I got into is I was like, actions have consequences, and I said your actions that you have done are these consequences. So yeah, we dealt with that, and it. That is why he's banned. Anybody
He
else wants to add
definitely
anything onto it? You can.
he, he definitely does not comply, and I don't think ever will comply with Troa's mission statement. And uh, from the big game that he spit out when we had our meeting Wednesday, he definitely showed 180-degree difference. It was I don't want to put Troa in jeopardy because of one guy.
Liability.
We can you know we can find somebody else to create a unit, in the future. But this guy is definitely not worthy of being in this Discord, and I don't want to put any of our members in the crossfire between him. So that's where I stand with that.
So yeah, the leadership has a consensus, and he does decide to join back in. We're just going to ban him for life. That just is what it is. Alrighty. Less depressing stuff now.
I mean, he did
I'll-
understand like you kind of had a responsibility too, right? Like, did he like realize that or not?
I don't think he cared. I think he cared that I reached out to him
Yeah.
in a
Friend
legal
of ours.
format, and I mean,
He didn't
literally, like,
understand everything that he was saying himself. He was just
yeah,
trying to play a big game, is what he was doing. And it
yeah.
was very clear by the actions later the rest of that day that he was just talking big game, and that was all he was doing.
Because
He went
he's
to how many
scared his
different,
own people.
yeah, he went to how many different Discords
Well,
and different units trying to join them as well. He could care less about, the members that he had. He completely just ghosted them, and they, showed a genuine concern for him when they came in here asking us if we knew what was going on with him. So all he was concerned about was saving his ass, and
didn't care who he
not
took
being
down.
held
Didn't
liable.
care. Yeah, didn't care who he took down. Didn't care who was involved. He was just trying to,
Save face with a
yeah.
bunch of excuses.
And then, so the funny thing, I hate to say that it's funny, but I made 2 demands in the emails that I sent him. I said, all that you have to do is uh, you know, post the following information and say this, and everything will be, peachy and a-okay, right? We wouldn't pursue any legal avenues with you. It only took 15 minutes after the emails were sent for it to get completed and then him move on. Um, so when and what I want you guys to understand is I will do anything and everything, and I believe Joker and Gamble and Chewbacca will do anything and everything to protect our name and to protect what we do, right? Um, there's no need for that kind of behavior. This isn't child's play. This is dealing with people's real lives. This is dealing with mental health. This is dealing with, a lot of stuff. And the reason that I corrected Gamble on when he said what he said is we are not just a gaming community, right? I didn't do that to be mean. I did that because the understanding is we are a mental health organization. That is what our 501c is registered as, and everybody needs to understand that. That is why we get the benefits that we get. That is why we get, being able to have a Microsoft account or vice versa, right? That's why we get all these free benefits. So we are a gaming community that is part of an organization that is a mental health organization.
We
And that's
use
how
gaming we use
we use,
gaming as an avenue to assist
yes,
us in our venture with mental health.
yes, yes. Um, so that's like the best way that you could also explain it to anybody that that, like, I'll call it the awareness aspect, right? If you have friends that are, or people that that are going through, hard times, that are going through difficult situations, or dealing with mass amounts of um, problems in their life, and they need an outlet, you can tell them about us. And that's what we hope that our organization can do, is just help one another, right? So that's the moral of that story. And then I was breaking down of why I said what I said to Gamble. It wasn't to correct him, like, be a dick about it. It was to, kind of like a little bit of a course correction of this is what we are. So with that being said, um, it's I think it's been 2 months since we've had a um, town hall, and a lot has happened in 2 months. So we are currently in the final stages right now with the VFW. My information officially was sent to the VFW along with Gamble's information, as he's the president and I'm the president, he's the vice president, and those are going to be the contacts for the VFW for our organization. We're probably looking at hearing or hoping to hear back by hopefully the week of the 14th. If not, we're going to reach back out and just see what everything is. But it seems like that Rolf has indicated and lit a fire underneath the asses of the individuals that are um, taking forever to do all of this stuff. I'm sorry, Lynn. I called him by his last name. So that is in final stages. We are also looking at getting our mental health portal started in a sense. What this is going to do, this is going to be a uh, like area that if we're not online or vice versa, there's going to be plenty of advertisement. I'm even thinking about putting it on my Twitch channel. If you have to be, for confidentiality and all that. We'll build like a secure kind of portal for the veterans and or any individual that is dealing with a mental health crisis. Gamble, myself, and Joker are the only technical certified individuals in the organization right now that can properly diffuse any type of mental health crisis. That does not
And my
mean,
wife.
yeah. Oh, yep. I totally forgot about her. Sorry. Um, and Joker's wife, baby mama. Um, just got a message. Um, we'll deal with that off table,
Mhm.
Chewy. Thank you.
'Kay.
We oh, where was I? Oh, so that doesn't mean that any of you guys, I probably say within the next 3 to 6 months, would be able to get your own, be certified in our organization.
You guys
Not
go to
with
the
your state,
backyard.
not with your state.
Ah, okay.
Chewy must have forgot he had his mic on.
Yep. Sorry.
Um,
Good.
I think the people showed up, but within 3 to 6 months, you guys will be able to be certified in our organization, but being camera. So we will be able to train you guys to be certified if you want. So that is something that we'll be working on for a while. We're getting prepared for the podcast. So the podcast is going to be starting in, I think, by the end of this month.
That is the current plan, yes.
I think I will be recording my episode, I believe, on the 14th. Is that what it is? Sometime in that week. Is that what we said? I don't
That
remember.
was the what's the word? Initial concept for start, or at least your recording,
Yeah,
and being solely just an audio recording
yeah,
to begin with.
yeah. But that was just like for the pre-production recording, right? And
Yes,
then just to see how it jives, and then if we need to make any changes, right?
correct. That is correct.
Okay. So with that being said, the podcast is about to start. And I believe we're going to be releasing a podcast every other week, or is it every
That
2 weeks?
every at so to begin with, to probably start out every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So say it the first is on a Monday,
Okay.
not the 14th, but the end of that week or the beginning of the third week
Okay.
is, and then we'll do it that way until we gain more popularity and possibly even more assistance with production side. And if that uh, accumulates between the two, then we can move to every other week we would release an episode.
Okay. That's fair. I agree. I think that that's a smart move when we're starting off, just to get the feel of the grounds. And we're putting this on YouTube, the YouTube, and what else? The website.
YouTube, the website, and once I get the idea of the podcast as far as the RSS, which is what every podcast uses to self distribute to Spotify, Apple
Oh,
Podcasts,
okay.
Apple
Yep.
Music, stuff like that.
We created a spot. We have a Spotify account. I forgot. I forgot about that. Okay. So yeah. So we'll have 3 avenues for the podcast. 4 avenues. So that's pretty exciting. That's something that we've been talking about for half a year now. So we're kind of coming to it. Um, so yeah, be excited about that. Um, what else? Oh, application system now live on the website. We will be, as everybody knows, if you currently are a staff member or HROA staff, you will be going through another um, kind of onboarding. Um, and it'll be official. You will get a contract if you're a nonprofit. If you're a volunteer, you will also get a volunteer contract, which will be a legal binding agreement. As you know, all the board members signed just recently a two-year contract to be board members for TROA, which is a uh, standard duration to be on a board. Most of the time, it's 2 to 4 years. That's what you commit to. So we've got all that done with all of our board members, and we are looking at now doing it to the masses. So I don't know if you guys have noticed. What we do is we do the leadership first when we're doing something like the top leadership to set the example. And then once we set the example, then we push it out to the masses. So what we're also going to do on our website is if you go to the website, log in, you'll see that there is now a button called applications. Eventually, there will be posted open positions for the nonprofit and what kind of leadership and or administration that we're looking for in TROA. This is going to help a lot with when people are like asking like if they want to be a mod or if they want to be an admin or what can they do to help to support our cause. This is where that's going to come in. So the nonprofit organization and the volunteer aspect will all now be on the website where you guys will be able to apply. Put out a message, I think, about a week or two ago about all staff members again will have to apply. This is not to weed out anybody, but this is to ensure that everybody is aligned with our mission and the values that we have set forth in the realms of Asgard. This is a business. This is not child's play. So just everybody remember that. We've even, now started to do recorded meetings that we are now recording our meetings and they're going on YouTube. Leadership can view those because they're always posted in our staff chat. and board members. We're doing board recordings. Those are only for board members. And then the town halls will always be public. So this is going to be a public video that you will be able to see on our YouTube channel. It'll be uploaded within 10-15 minutes after our actual town hall. Am I forgetting anything, Austin?
Do we want to update just the town hall on all the servers that we
Yeah, you
we
can
did
do
it
that.
on the staff meeting that we discontinued, and well, for the decommissioned to replace with the armory forger, since we
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk about that.
in the anticipation of the armory forger server and setting up a unit for that, we decided to decommission the Arma 3 server as well as the ARC server. And we were going to put all the resources from those two servers and combine them into the Arma Reforger server. So that's what we did with that. Right now, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do with if we're going to continue to seek out anybody to start a unit. I'm still chatting with a couple guys from the unit. I have a couple different discords from units that are already established. I'll keep talking to them. They're pretty, they have some decent numbers. The 18th Airborne Corps, 70, I don't have that unit. Yeah, the 72nd Airborne, they have some decent numbers. We'll just have to see where that goes, discuss that in leadership, what we want to do with those resources. And then we still have the Project Zomboids, Valheim, Avorion, Astro Colony.
So we haven't officially started / released the concept of Project Zomboid, being there were some stipulations to that prior to making it public to the rest of the group, which is my stipulations. If we do meet, we'll have a 30-person server, running 24/7 on a persistent world with minimal
Mods.
not mods, but wipes, and then also it will but it has to have a consistency of at least 5 individuals that are willing to be on it weekly at the very least, and I will maintain and keep that up.
Yeah, me and Joker played it for the once we got it all set up, and I intend on playing it myself. So it was a lot of fun. Kept dying. How you learn?
So there's that. Sorry to interrupt, Gamble.
No, you're good.
I don't know if I gave an update at the last town hall about what I'm doing with the mental health courses, but I am getting attending courses to get certified on a state level as the peer recovery support specialist. And I'll also be taking classes, a course in addiction and recovery. So if anybody is on a server or in the Discord having a bad day, if they're a recovering addict or still an addict, I'll hopefully be able to talk them down from using or anything like that, and then I'll be certified on the state level. Those courses begin in September. I'm still going to a local NAMI program here in town here. It's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Taking group courses every Thursday. It was canceled this week for our local 3rd of July fireworks. We'll begin up again next week. And I've been in contact with the president as well as some of the directors there, and they want me to, excuse me, start coming around and helping out there locally as well. They have a lot of great programs for veterans, addiction support, just support groups for people struggling with their own mental illness. I've learned more about not just what I'm diagnosed with, but other illnesses in general. And I definitely think it'll give myself an edge when helping people out here in the community. For sure, when I'm trying to create a curriculum to help teach anybody that wants to take on the responsibility of becoming a mental health advocate or joining the I Got Your Six initiative. That's what I got.
All right. So updates. I had a little bit of artist block or writer's block, whatever you want to call it, along with the disturbances previously with new individuals that came along that kind of affected my imagination when it comes to design. So I wanted to
Psyche.
apologize to everyone for that. Yeah. Outside of that, I will be this coming week be working with Street. Any of y'all have any ideas for the website? That please, if you have access to Figma, put a comment down off to the side, and I will look into seeing if I can integrate any of your ideas into the new website design. And then I will be working again, like I said, with Chewy and Ice, depending on Chewy's availability throughout the week, to try to get at least parts of that up and rolling. Other than that, I did reach out to Combat Tested Gaming's lead streamer. His name on Twitch is Jumpmaster RT. He is a veteran from the 90s who was a jump master and a respiratory therapist in the Army. So, cool
Nice.
dude. As soon as I mentioned Troa, he was like, wait, you're Troa? So Lynn has definitely been talking to them, at least Jump Master, about us. And
Lynn
it is
says,
all
sorry to cut you off, but
ahead.
just so you guys know, at every single one of their leadership meetings, Troa is talked about. That we are going into a partnership with Troa. Get to know these guys, talk to these guys, as he's like, we're waiting for legal, blah, blah, blah. That's how he has always said it to me. So go ahead. Sorry, Joker.
Yeah, no, and that just proves everything that that was stated about these conversations that Gamble and Ice are having with Lynn from their lead streamer at CTG, which is Combat Tested Gaming on Twitch. So I just wanted to give y'all, and he's a cool dude. He lives close to me, so we can actually have face-to-face interactions with CTG between myself and him, and potentially get some nice benefits going with the local VFWs. Because again, this week I'll also be working on trying to get my application in with my local VFW to get more of an insider step into everything as well.
Yeah, and sorry, I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
you're good.
touch on what you're saying. You guys just heard what Joker said. The individual lives close to Joker, right? So we take this is what is going to be baffling to a lot of you in the online gaming aspect of it. Troll will no longer just be online gaming. It's going to be face-to-face interactions. It's going to be in the community. It's going to explode. And it's all going to be because of what our mission is, what we're trying, what we are doing, and how society actually is with the world right now when it comes to mental health. Um, if Joker can meet up with his Twitch streamer every, I don't know, recorder, and he wants to, they want to talk or do whatever they want, then they can. We're now taking this from this behind the screen into real life. I want you guys to think about that for a minute, and go ahead, Joker. Sorry.
No, and that actually was representative of what I was going to say in with the podcast, because that's another episode that we can now plan out, and I can have a face to face with them here at my house, and we we have that functionality now with this, that we can reach out and have more, and then he can promote it, the podcast or Troa, because he even told me, oh, please put all the information you can in chat, put it up, throw links around. And it's just this is this is real. This is not just gaming anymore, like he was saying, but this is where we start to make that difference.
This isn't the leadership just telling you, promising you rainbows and flowers. This is happening. Um, and I think that uh, it's very exciting. It's very scary too, because we don't know what the unknowns are. But I think as our organization continues to grow, everything continues to blossom. This is just the beginning with the VFW. Remember, the VFW is nationally faced. We're our agreement. We're going to be on their allies page. I mean, just think about that. If you're a vet or a former vet, or you've been in the military, or you know about the VFW, we're going to be on that page. Our website will be on that page. We will be talked about at that. We'll be part of the VA's newsletter as well. So that'll be cool. And that reaches billions of people. That'll reach Austin. That'll reach Joker. You know, they'll get to see the fruit of the labor, the fruit of everything that we've been building this up to this point, to see, holy crap, this is actually happening. I just got look, it says the realms of Asgard on this newsletter. There are, that's going to be really cool, right? So, everything that we're doing, all of the support and all of everything that has happened and is transpiring, um, is going to be worth it. Now, that's it, but I have one more thing that I'm going to say after Joker's done.
Oh no, I'm done. That was everything, because podcast, website, design. Yeah.
Oh, with the website, guys, if you do want to help, I want you to look at the mobile version of the website. The mobile version of the website does need a lot of tuning. The desktop version is okay, but it's going to look a lot more, a lot better. But look at that mobile design, because we really need to make sure that these individuals that will be looking at the website, 80% of individuals look at a website on what? Their phone or a tablet, right? So we need to just make sure that everybody understands what the design looks like, what all that stuff. But that's for another time, another day, another leadership meeting. What I want to say is I've reached out to Twitch. Twitch is not affiliation partner program to get us a channel. I provided our 501c license, and I got a positive response back. So I have a meeting with some individual from the Twitch partner program. I believe Tuesday. What's I think it's yeah, it's at 9 a.m. It's right after one of my first interviews for the morning. So we're going to talk about what TROA is, and I'm going to let this individual know, hey, this is what we're about. This is why we need this. We have this going on. I got a whole packet ready to go for that. And we will more than likely get our own Twitch channel, which will allow us to team channel. Yeah. So we will know probably right away, I think, is how it's been explained when going back through emails. If we have it or not, but it doesn't seem like that it's a no because we actually have a registered 501c. We're not just saying we do. And I'm pretty excited about that because then we can actually really pick and really, set TROA up for success when it comes to streamers. And really create a really good affiliation program that not only supports us but also supports the streamer as well.
And
in the long run.
Another thing that this does is you got to understand, if none of you, or those of you that are either new to streaming or don't stream with Twitch, that having, because you have technically, for any streamer to be able to start a stream team on Twitch, they have to be partnered first. And that's the 75 average viewers, so many hours streamed. It's 3 times harder than just getting affiliate. But on top of that, you then allow other streamers to apply to your team, which then pulls up a page. If you ever find someone that's got a little team like military, if you ever find a military streamer, and then it says military and it pulls up everybody that's in that stream team, whether if they're live, it'll show them all in a list on one page. But now I've noticed, like, a lot of the VFW people, the VFW doesn't even have a stream team on Twitch. CTG doesn't have a stream team. All their members are members of other stream teams like military or veteran teams. If we can get this, that means we can then pull in VFW and CTG under our stream team, which pushes us out even more to veterans, even
Sweet.
more to gamers. And then on top of that, with stream teams and partnerships with Twitch, we can be invited then to TwitchCon free of charge to us, or some of us.
As a nonprofit, yep.
As a nonprofit, which gives us a booth. Now, if they offer us a certain amount of tickets, that means they're paying for our trip there. The only thing that we have to do as individuals that are selected to go is we have to pay our own room and board.
Yep.
But the event itself, and sometimes travel to the event, is provided by Twitch. That is a huge step for this organization. And and of course, if we can put that, once that becomes a thing, we can add that to our MOA or whatever it was, the contract that we have with the VFW,
MOU.
that Yeah, MOU, thank you. That we can add, so if we get so many tickets, they're allotted so many of them for their individuals as well to go along with us under our availability.
Yep.
So that throws us even higher into the pecking order of gaming, let alone mental health and nonprofit accessibility.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys think about everything that he just said, it's just like uh, Charlotte just it keeps the movement keeps being pushed, and we keep pushing forward. And you know, at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. We're here to support our mental health. We're here to support our vets. We're here to support one another. You know, the I Got Your Six. I don't know if you guys saw the post that I made on 4th of July. You know, we're going to start really pushing that for the vets. You know, there's just a lot of really good things that are happening within TROA. And um, that is why uh, I did what I did with that individual. I will protect us. You know, that is my, as the owner, you know, it is my responsibility to ensure that safety and well-being of all my leaders and the whole organization as a whole is paramount, right? So at the end of the day, you know, yeah, I'm the president of the organization, but you know, as the president, I care about every single one of you and want to make sure that everything that you want in your paths, if you know we can get there, we can get there. You know, whether it be getting Gamble to affiliate, you know, whether it be getting Cruise to affiliate. You know, Cruise just started streaming last night or the night before. I don't remember what it
On
was.
his own channel, yes.
On his own channel. So, you know, Death Girl, his wife, she made some really cool designs that she put into the, I think the art channel. So,
Yes.
you know, we want to support, and when I say we, the leadership team too, not just me. You know, I'm pretty sure I have the right people in the leadership team. Um, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what we do. And you know, for the town hall aspect of this, you know, every single one of the individuals that you know joins TROA, you know, you get a safe place to play video games, and you get you have a whole bunch of like opportunities, and it's a whole bunch of you know resources, you know, for mental health. So you know that is why we do what we do. So that's all I got. Anybody else have anything that they want to share?
The other day, I went over to the CBD THC business right by my house, and they're going to advertise for us. Because they got
Nice.
a lot of, because we're right here at Fort Hood, and they got a lot of soldiers that come through. So
yeah.
they offered to advertise for us.
Yep. All that I'll need from them, if they're gonna like truly like you know really push us, um, have them email me their, are they medicinal?
Yeah,
Uh,
so most of the stuff that are feeding soldiers are going to be one, legal to their state
yeah.
because that is mandatory, and then also anything that they sell has to follow a certain guideline.
Yeah. Uh,
And
I
Texas is pretty strict.
yeah, I know that. I just want to make sure liability, right? Just in case.
Yeah.
For TROA. But yeah, maybe does the owner have Discord? You know, if they have Discord or anything like that, we can talk to them.
I don't remember if he said he had Discord. I gave him our website and Discord info, and he checked us
Okay.
out. So he was gonna, just tell other gamers that are coming in about us. But because I didn't
Okay.
have any like business cards or flyers to give to him.
Okay. Awesome.
But I can drop them your email if you want.
Yeah, give them my professional one. I'll send it to you after the meeting.
Yep.
Anybody else?
Question: how is that Microsoft thing coming along as far as availability of when those emails?
That's not
would-
going to be till the 21st, I think,
Okay.
is what I have been told. But it is Microsoft, so they and uh, we were behind two. We were like on a waiting list, I guess. So they said that there should be enough accounts by the 21st for us to get in. I don't know how it truly works. I'm learning as I go. Should probably have that by the 20th.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Keep doing what you're doing.
Chewy, you unmuted yourself. Don't know if you're gonna say something. Don't know. All right. Well, this town hall is going to be concluded around 10:15 on 7/5/2025. Our next meeting will be our town hall meeting. Will be on probably do it on August 9th, same time, 9 o'clock. We also for next month have we have our as our business aspect of this every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. We will be meeting with our leadership team in the staff chat, staff voice. I believe on every Friday night we have Hell Let Loose night. So if you don't have Hell Let Loose, get it because it is a lot of fun. It does suck when there's not a lot of people in it, but we make it how we make it so that we can start seeding the server. If you do have Hell Let Loose and you do understand how the game works, I would appreciate if you guys could figure out how to advertise it because I go into their Discord and I advertise all the time. And then Space Engineers, I believe, is doing good. I think we've been seeing around. I saw 8 people on Friday, so the server definitely is doing good. There is a mob reduction that's happening. Yoshido, when he gets back from vacation, that's why he's not here. He's on vacation. He will start working on that with Sniper. And then they'll figure that out how we can get to 130 mods from 175. So that'll happen. And then I think that's it. I don't think we have another. When is our? It's in September, right?
Board meeting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
either September 17th, I think.
Is it the 17th? There's no 17th on
Might
the
be
Sunday.
7th. Might be the 7th. Then.
I think it's on the 7th. The board meeting will start at I believe 8 o'clock on Sunday.
If it's
The 7th of September. If you are a board member, you are required to be there. You don't have any way out of that unless you give at least a week's notice.
I got it pulled up. It's the
Or
7th at 8
emergency.
o'clock.
It's the 7th.
Yep, 7th
Okay.
at 8 o'clock.
What'd you say, Joker? Sorry.
For an emergency. And
Yes.
please, I ask that you provide proof to myself or street with that emergency.
Yeah, please. Because we do a lot in our board meetings, and it's not good to not have board members because we vote on stuff. We actually do what a nonprofit organization is supposed to do. We vote. We make things better. um, And whether it's anything else that I can think. No. Meeting's over. We'll see you guys next month on 9th on 9 o'clock. That is it. That is the murder she wrote.